The last night she lied. My wife told me she was spending the night at Marissa's. Her phone was off the entire night. I didn't sleep. I didn't even try. I lay on the living room couch, fully dressed, my sneakers still on, staring at the slow, hypnotic spin of the ceiling fan. The blue light from my phone screen flickered against the walls, throwing shifting shadows like ghosts pacing the room. I didn't call after the third message bounced back undelivered. I didn't text again. Just waited. Natalie had never turned off her phone overnight. Not once. Not during weekend spa retreats, not during family emergencies, not even during that time she slipped it into the bathtub by accident. She'd borrowed a stranger's phone from the hotel lobby that night just to reassure me everything was fine. But last night, she disappeared. Completely. And the worst part, let her. I think the only thing more pathetic than the hours I spent waiting in that hollow, sleepless haze was what I eventually did while I waited. I got up, quietly, slowly, almost ritualistically, and opened the drawer by the entryway. I dug past expired coupons, dried-out pens, and spare chargers until my fingers brushed against cold metal. My old iPhone. The one I'd tucked away after upgrading 2 years ago. Natalie didn't know I still had it. Powered it on. The screen lit up like a lighthouse in the darkness. Familiar but distant. Connected to Wi-Fi. Logged into her Apple ID. The same one I'd set up for her when we got married, when she said tech stuff wasn't her thing. She never changed the password. Name. Her birth year. Too easy. I opened Find My iPhone. Nothing. She'd turned it off. That was it. Not an accident. Not a glitch. Deliberate choice. Click. App. A quiet, intentional decision to vanish. By the time I heard her key scrape into the lock, the sun had already begun flooding the living room in pale gold stripes. The clock read 9:41 a.m. My shirt was plastered to my back with cold sweat. My jaw throbbed from how hard I'd been clenching it. Natalie stepped inside like it was just another Sunday morning. Her hair was twisted into a low bun. She kept her sunglasses on as she crossed the kitchen, a Starbucks cup in her hand like a trophy. She didn't even glance at me as she pulled open the fridge door. "Why didn't you go to bed?" she asked casually. I didn't answer. Couldn't. I just watched her. There was a faint smear on her sweatshirt near the hem. Lipstick. Not her shade. Her phone, magically back on now, rested in her hand. "I called you," I finally said, my voice a dry rasp. She shrugged, lazily sipping her drink. "Yeah, I saw. Forgot my charger." Marissa didn't have one that worked. That lie wasn't even meant to convince me. It was tossed out carelessly, like she didn't believe I deserved a better one. She let out a short laugh, more of a scoff, and walked past me, ruffling my hair like I was a tired pet. "You worry too much, Leo." "I'm fine. Go get some sleep." I didn't move. "Where were you?" I asked, steady and direct. She froze for a fraction of a second, then turned slowly, a mocking smile curling her lips. "I told you. Marissa's." "What, do you think I was out screwing someone?" She chuckled, cruel and sharp. "You really think that low of me?" That smile made my stomach turn. Not because she wasn't beautiful. Natalie was always beautiful. It was because I saw something behind that smile. Contempt. She wasn't trying to hide her lie. She was daring me to push back. I stood up. She barely reacted. Just flicked her eyes toward me like I'd interrupted her playlist. "You weren't at Marissa's," I said. She rolled her eyes so hard I thought they might get stuck. "All right, Sherlock. You gonna call her? Check phone records. Track my every move now." But I already had. Marissa had posted an Instagram story at 11:42 p.m., a looping video of her cat chasing a laser dot around the room. Lone. No Natalie. No sleepover. I said nothing. Natalie seemed to realize I wasn't going to yell. I wasn't going to accuse. I wasn't going to play into her little scene. She grew bored, tossed her purse onto the couch, and turned toward the bedroom. Her phone buzzed on the counter. Then again. And again. I picked it up without thinking. "Don't touch my phone," she snapped, spinning on her heel. 3 missed texts from a contact saved as Elliot Vet. We didn't own a pet. I stared at her. She wasn't nervous. She wasn't scared. She looked amused. You really want to do this? She asked, arms folded, her voice dripping with scorn. You really want to go digging, Leo? Act like some obsessed psycho over a dead battery and a night out. I said nothing. She didn't wait for an answer. Go ahead, she sneered, gesturing toward the phone. Open it. Let's see how far down this rabbit hole you're willing to crawl before you realize you've lost your damn mind. Her words followed her down the hall as she disappeared into the bedroom. But I didn't open her phone. I didn't need to. I walked to the kitchen table and picked up the envelope that had been delivered the morning before. Signed, notarized, official. I set the divorce papers beside her untouched latte. Her phone buzzed again. This time, her face fell when she saw the envelope. Her arms stayed folded, but she looked smaller somehow. You're being dramatic, she muttered. Her tone wasn't apologetic. It was exhausted, like I had ruined her day. I stayed at a friend's, she said quietly, staring at the papers. My phone died. Christ, Leo. People forget chargers. It's not a damn crime. I sat down across from her. Silence. Silence worked better than words with Natalie. Silence made her talk. I'm not cheating, she added, her voice small, eyes darting away. You're paranoid. That word. She'd used it before. Every time she was cornered, she'd flip it on me. Make me the unstable one. You want to talk chargers? Asked my voice low. Let's talk about Elliot Vet. Her face didn't flinch, but her breath did. That's Marissa's ex, she said, her words sharp and too quick. He's a vet. She was thinking about adopting a dog, and she used my number for the clinic. It was so polished, so ready. I almost laughed at how rehearsed it sounded. You want to prove it? Yes. Her eyes narrowed. No. Then unlock your phone. No. Why not? She shot up from her chair, her voice rising like a whip crack. Because I don't have to justify my privacy to a controlling freak. Her words hissed like venom. This is pathetic. Her rage wasn't fear, it was comfort. This was where she thrived. Kiss. Blame. Fire. You served me divorce papers because of a name. She barked, disgusted. Because my phone died. You're throwing away 6 years for that. Grow the hell up. But right then I saw it. She wasn't defending herself. She was daring me to follow through. I stood. My legs were stiff. My hands ice cold. This isn't about a name, I said, calm as glass breaking. It's about every time you came home smelling like another man's cologne. It's about how you lie. How you laugh when you lie. Like it's beneath you. We stood there, staring across the quiet battlefield of our kitchen. She didn't deny it. I turned. Slammed the bedroom door behind her. I didn't chase her. Hours passed. Around 3 p.m. she emerged. Freshly showered, glowing, hair wrapped in a towel, dressed like she was headed to brunch instead of walking through a disaster. Her voice was calm. Smooth. So what now? She asked, sliding on her watch. You want me to beg? I said nothing. You act like you're some innocent victim, she scoffed, eyeing herself in the microwave reflection. Truth is, Leo, you've been emotionally gone for months. You just didn't notice I left too. She delivered it like a mic drop. That's when it hit me. This wasn't about last night. This wasn't a mistake or a single affair. This was rot. Years of it. You didn't leave, I said quietly. You just started living another life. She smiled. That smug, infuriating smile. Maybe that life didn't come with midnight interrogations and tracking apps. She thought she was clever. You know what hurts the most? Yes. He paused. It's not that you lied. It's how lazy you got with it. Like you thought I was too stupid or too in love to notice. She grabbed her keys. I need air. I didn't stop her. As she reached the door, I added softly, Don't come back tonight. She hesitated, but only for a heartbeat. Then she left. I waited until her car pulled away. Then I grabbed her laptop. Still logged in. No password prompt. I opened iMessage. Trash folder full. Deleted threads, hundreds of them. The same name kept popping up. Click. Last night was insane. I still smell like you. 3 hours with you was better than 6 years with him. Closed the lid slowly. I wasn't shocked anymore. I printed every message, every thread, every calendar event she'd blocked out for her girls' nights. I labeled it all with one word. Evidence. That night, she walked in like nothing had happened, humming. I slid the folder toward her. She opened it. Page after page, her face changed. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She smiled. So that's what this is, she said coldly. This is the truth, I said. She laughed softly. You broke into my private stuff. You gave up private when you stopped being loyal. Her voice dropped, whisper soft but sharp. You think this makes you the hero? I didn't answer. She crossed her arms. So what? You want me gone? He nodded. She packed her bag, humming as she folded her clothes like she was preparing for a vacation. Before she left, she turned. I never loved him, she said. I didn't blink. I didn't have to, she added. He just wanted me. You wanted a picture-perfect wife. I stepped closer. He wanted what you pretended to be. She almost fired back but stopped. Instead, she smiled, cold and distant. I'll text when I'm ready to pick up the rest. I didn't answer. Left. And for the first time in a long time, the house was truly silent. Not empty but quiet. I sat on the bed, staring at the dent her head left in the pillow. That was my grief. Her absence. Her ghost. But I wasn't waiting anymore. I was done.